Hello, how y'all doing? Um, my name's Paradise, and I'm trying to kill depression. Uh, and if you're not dealing with depression, you don't have to watch this video. You can keep on living your life. But for the people that's dealing with depression, I hope you can watch this video and relate. I'm trying to be a little more honest as we go into the next year. I've always kind of been secretive, even with the people that know me, but they don't fully know me, because of that, So I'm trying to break some rules, trying to break my own rules this year. Why am I trying to kill depression? Depression has killed one of my friends, and two of my other friends are on and off of meds and stuff because of depression. And they say 51% of our generation is dealing with depression, And this year, because I decided to really try to go towards more of my dreams and trying to be a little more aggressive, I had to get away from my family and friends because, they were kind of tolerating me or whatever. And when you start being around people that tolerate you, you soon start to tolerate yourself. So I had to move away, and that's when depression started to rise, And that's when I started to realize that I never processed what happened to me when I was younger, and that was, my mother was murdered when I was 14, and my dad died the same year, and you never really process that pain. I didn't even cry at my mom's funeral, and it's just because as a man in this, in this world we've grown up in, is it kind of tell you to tough it out. And at the age of 14, I knew that you got to kind of be strong. All the kids were looking at me, and I never really processed it. Even with my siblings, we talk about it in the sense of just memories, but never of what the pain and what that did to us, And I just never really dealt with that pain, So this year, because I was by myself, I was able to really tackle it. And I made an album, and it was painful. I was crying, and it was called The Richest Orphan. I was crying, I was reminiscing, I was dancing. I was, it was kind of cool because I was able to call my mom's sister, and she did a skit for me, and I listened to that skit literally 15 times, and I was bawling. I'm just being honest, I was bawling. And I never cried. I mean, I'm being honest, I've never cried that much in my life. you feel me? So, but I had to sit in that fire, I had to sit in that fire, and I've realized that was the first thing that was starting to kill my depression. That was the first part of it. And I didn't know it. I was just trying to get stuff out and just trying to process things. And then I started to say, I gotta start focusing on my dreams. I've been going half-assed. I've been trying to do it here and there and not being consistent, not giving 100%, going all in, because you kind of be scared. And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared I was gonna fail. Scared, just because it's a lot of people trying to do what I'm doing, and so and you want things to be perfect and all that stuff, and you just can create a lot of excuses. So I was like, all right, I need to focus on the next best step. I can't be trying to focus on everybody else. And it leads to the next thing that was the third part of being able to kill my depression, which was getting off the internet. I got off the internet for 30 days, and I promise you, when you're watching other people live their life and you're scrolling, you're seeing everybody's highlights. It's all highlights, Nobody's gonna show their dark points or whatever, or even just their mundane daily stuff. They're not gonna show it. And so everybody's showing their highlights, and you're looking at that constantly. And it starts to get down when you're not at the place that you want to be. And so I was realizing these were the 3 steps that was killing my depression. You know what I mean? I was really dealing with all of that. And so it was my pain of the pain of not processing my mom's death and my dad's death and not really going through that process. And then it was on top of that, it was being able to go 100% focus on my dreams and push towards it, even if I'm scared, doing it anyway, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You feel me? And then just getting off the internet. And so I did those things, and I learned that was the thing that I learned what depression was. And depression is a buildup of all these emotions and thoughts over time, whether it's pain, whether it's emotion, whether it's worrying, whether it's comparing, and all of it builds up, and it builds up, and then it takes you into the dark. And you got to be able to go and walk into the dark. And call me crazy, man. I threw a funeral for my depression, and I felt so relief after that, man. I promise you. Like, somebody died, man. That depression was off of me. And so I realized this was not only a funeral, it was a celebration. Bye, bitch. You understand? It's a celebration. And all this that we go through, pain is a painful gift. There's something on the other side. And I'm just ready to live, man. And dream scale. And just give everything I got 100%. You feel me?
Sometimes you got it. Sometimes you got it. Girls love to dance. Girls love to dance. Girls love to dance. Girls love to dance. My man want to dance, but he's stuck in the trance. I don't want them things. I ain't no man. Hey, man to man. Sometimes you gotta dance. Sometimes you gotta dance. Something happen, you dance. Got to dance. If you knew what I've been through, you'll be like, damn. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling stressed. Felt the devil's hand for no reason. I just started to dance. Fucked up the devil's pants. Sometimes you gotta